What if I told you your dog doesn't actually hear the words you say? That's right when you lean down and whisper, when you ask if they're hungry or call their name across the room. The shocking truth is this: they aren't listening the way you think. And yet, every tilt of the head, every perk of the ears, every long stare feels like a conversation. So, what does dog think when you talk to them? Science now has an answer, and if you stop watching here, you'll miss the discovery that could forever change the way you speak to your companion. Because your voice is not just sound to your dog, it's rhythm, emotion, and memory written into their heart. That's why a single, gentle good boy can set their world glowing. Let's begin with the very first revelation: what your dog truly hears when you speak. Number 1. Dogs don't hear words like we do. When you speak to your dog, they aren't quietly spelling out each word the way a child learns from a book. What reaches them is something far older, like the hush of waves rolling onto the shore or the rise and fall of wind moving through tall grass. Your voice is not a dictionary to them. It's a tide, a rhythm, a kind of weather shaping their world. Back in 2016, scientists scanned dog brains and discovered something extraordinary. Like us, they use the left side to process words and the right side to hear intonation. But joy, the spark that lights up the reward centers, only came alive when both worked together. A soft good boy in a warm tone glowed like sunrise breaking the horizon. The same words spoken flat, scattered like smoke in the wind. If you've spent years believing your dog truly understands the language you speak, you may have missed the deeper truth. What they follow isn't vocabulary. It's melody, the hidden music in your breath, the quiet rhythm of your heart carried through every phrase. And yet a question lingers: if they don't really grasp words, then why do they leap with excitement at a single walk, or treat number 2? Why dogs recognize certain words? Think about the last time you said walk. Before the echo even touched the walls, your dog was already at the door, body quivering like a violin string ready to sing. Or when you whispered, treat, their eyes lit up as if you had opened a hidden door to joy itself. But if dogs don't really speak our language, why does a single word ripple through them like thunder across a quiet sky? Scientists once studied a border collie named Rico, who seemed to know more than 200 words. But he wasn't memorizing in the way we do. Each sound was tied to an experience woven with emotion. And new research in 2024 showed something even more astonishing. When a dog hears a familiar word, their brain doesn't just register the sound, it awakens the image. Ball isn't just a syllable. It's the rush of paws against grass, the arc of the throw, the laughter you share as they bound back toward you. Every word you repeat to your dog becomes more than sound. It gathers weight, history, the color of the moment in which it was spoken. That's why home can soften them, why Buddy can feel like comfort stitched into air. But if words are stitched with memory, then something else carries even more power. What happens when the words fall away and only the tone remains? Number 3. Tone matters more than words. Say the words good boy 2 different ways. Whisper it with warmth and it rises like sunlight spilling through the blinds. Say it flat and it falls lifeless like a stone dropped in still water. To your dog, tone is the pulse of the message. Words are the frame, but tone is the painting that fills it. Scientists at Haute-Fou's Laurent University discovered that dogs' brains respond far more strongly when we speak to them in the sing-song rhythm we often use with babies. Higher pitch, softer flow, gentle stress on each word. These aren't just quirks of our voice. They are music notes that shape how a dog feels in the moment. That's why your voice can soothe them like a lullaby or unsettle them like thunder in a storm. And here's the unspoken danger if your words are kind, but your tone is cold. Your dog hears the storm, not the promise. It means every phrase you speak is two conversations at once, the surface of the words and the undercurrent of feeling. And the undercurrent always wins. But this leads to a deeper mystery. If tone can comfort or unsettle them so completely, then what happens when your whole voice becomes climate calm, one moment, storm the next? The answer takes us into the weather system your dog is living in every single day. Number 4. Your voice is emotional weather. To your dog, your voice is not just sound, it's weather. A soft, steady tone drifts over them like a calm breeze in spring wrapping the room in safety. A sudden sharp word cracks like thunder, and even if the storm isn't meant for them, their heart races as if lightning had struck close. Dogs don't need to understand the argument in the next room. They feel the thunder in your throat, and the air around you changes. Over time, this weather becomes memory. They carry the warmth of your laughter like a long summer evening, and they never forget the chill of anger like a sudden frost. That's why some dogs quietly leave when voices rise not in guilt, but in fear of the storm. And that's why the way you speak is never just for today, it builds the climate of trust they will live in tomorrow. If you've ever wondered why your dog curls close when you sigh or slips away when your tone sharpens, the reason is simple. They are living under your sky. And here's the question that follows. If they can read the climate of your voice so faithfully, can they also sense the hidden storms inside you, the stress you never speak aloud? Number 5. Dogs detect stress you don't say. There are days when you think you've hidden it well, the heaviness in your chest, the tight line of your jaw, the quiet fatigue that settles into your shoulders. But your dog has already noticed. To them, your silence is louder than words. Your breath shifts half a note lower, your scent carries the faint trace of cortisol, and suddenly they know something is wrong. In 2022, scientists at Queen's University Belfast proved what dog owners have long suspected. Dogs can smell human stress with astonishing accuracy simply by detecting the chemical changes in our sweat and breath. Imagine that before you admit your anxiety, before you even whisper a word, your dog has already caught the storm. And maybe that's why your dog leans against you on the nights you cannot sleep or places a paw on your hand when grief makes your chest ache. They are not guessing. They are reading the secret language written into your body, the language you didn't know you were speaking. But here lies the deeper wonder. If dogs can sense what you cannot say, then what happens when they don't just notice, but begin to move in rhythm with you? What if their very heartbeat starts to mirror yours? Number 6. Dogs synchronize with your body. Late at night when the house is quiet, have you ever noticed the way your dog breathes beside you? At first it seems random, but then you catch it. Their chest rising and falling in perfect time with yours, as if the two of you are playing a silent duet. This isn't coincidence. It's connection. Researchers in 2024 found that dogs don't just react to us, they align with us. When we rest, their heart rate slows. When our breathing deepens, theirs follows. When we carry stress, their pulse quickens in sympathy. It's as though your body is a drum, and your dog's body cannot help but keep the beat. And maybe that explains why they curl closer on lonely nights, or match your sigh with one of their own. They aren't only beside you, they are with you tuning themselves to the rhythm of your life. But here comes the next question. One that lingers like a whisper in the dark. If your dog is synchronizing with your body, Could their gestures, the tilt of the head, the press of a paw, the gaze that holds a little too long actually be answers? Could those small movements be their way of speaking back? Number 7. Silent gestures are replies. A long gaze, a slow blink, the quiet weight of a head pressed against your knee. To most people, these are small things barely worth noticing. But to your dog, each one is a sentence in a language without words. They are not just watching you, they are answering you. Science has shown us that when a dog locks eyes with you, both of your bodies release oxytocin, the same hormone that bonds a mother to her child. Think about that. A simple gaze is not simple at all. It's chemistry, it's conversation, it's your dog whispering, "I belong to you," without a sound. And when they sigh at your feet or match your breathing as you drift into sleep, it is not random. It is reply. If you've ever felt comfort in those quiet moments, you already know this truth deep down. But here's the haunting thought. If dogs can speak back through gestures, then what else are they storing in silence? Could those looks, those sighs, those small movements be tied to something even larger? Your memories, your emotions, the very essence of you. Number 8. Emotional memory of your voice. Every word you've ever spoken to your dog has left an echo. Not an echo of language, but of feeling. When you say their name with tenderness, it is stored like a photograph pressed between the pages of memory. When you come home and call out, "I'm back," the joy in your tone is written into them as surely as sunlight warming stone. Dogs do not keep diaries, but they keep sensations. In 2016, scientists discovered that dogs hold what's called episodic-like memory. That means they can remember not only what happened, but the way it felt when it happened. To your dog, ball recalls the thrill of the chase home, recalls the safety of your return buddy, recalls the nights you weren't alone. It's not vocabulary, it's a map of emotions carried in their hearts. And if you've ever wondered why your dog greets you as if you've been gone forever, even after just an hour, now you know. They aren't responding to the present moment alone. They are greeting the memory of every return that came before. But here's where the thought deepens. If your voice can be stitched into their memory like this, what does that mean for loyalty? Is it blind devotion, or is it something more deliberate, something chosen? Number 9. Loyalty is chosen, not blind. People often say dogs are blindly loyal as if devotion were stitched into their fur at birth. But the truth is more intricate, more human than we imagine. Loyalty for a dog is not automatic. It is sculpted from memory and trust, brick by brick, moment by moment. In 2019, researchers at Kyoto University found that dogs remember fairness and kindness. They notice who honors them and who dismisses them, and they carry those memories forward like stones in a riverbed, shaping the flow of their bond with you. That's why a dog will follow one person faithfully while keeping distance from another. Their loyalty is not blind. It is chosen, reinforced each time your voice brings comfort instead of fear, each time your hand offers safety instead of harm. So when your dog waits by the door long after you've left, it isn't instinct alone. It is memory devotion and a decision renewed every day. I choose you again. But here lies the final mystery. If a dog's loyalty is built on memory and choice, then what are they carrying of us long after we are gone? Could they be holding pieces of our story, keeping them alive in silence? Number 10. Dogs as keepers of your story. When your dog curls up in the chair you just left, it may look like habit. But what they are really holding is you, your scent, your rhythm, the echo of your presence lingering in the fabric. Dogs don't just walk beside us in life. They carry fragments of our story within them, like living archives, bound not in paper, but in fur and heartbeat. In 2021, researchers found that dogs respond more strongly to voices and faces tied to past experiences even after long periods apart. That means your dog is not only recognizing you in the present, but remembering every return, every laugh, every sigh you shared. To them, you are not just here, you are layered, a collection of memories that breathe through their loyalty. And perhaps this explains why losing a dog feels like losing a witness. They were the quiet keeper of your days, the only one who knew the rhythm of your footsteps and the weight of your silence. When they are gone, it feels as though a chapter of your life has vanished with them. But here is the gift left behind. While they live, they hold you completely, and even in their absence, the story they carried changes the way you remember yourself. Which brings us to the final reflection, the legacy of love your voice leaves behind. So now you know your voice to your dog is not just sound, it is weather memory and music. It is the steady lighthouse they follow through storms, the sunrise that greets them in your laughter, the anchor that keeps them from drifting when silence grows heavy. Every good boy, every whisper of their name has been stitched into their story, not as language, but as love. And maybe that's why dogs stay with us in ways words never can. They don't recite our lives, they preserve them. They carry our moods, our habits, even the pauses between our breaths, as if they were holding chapters of us in their paws. To lose a dog is to lose a witness. To love a dog is to leave behind a living legacy. So ask yourself this: what story is your dog carrying for you right now? Share it, because your story may help someone else finally see what their dog has been saying all along. And if this journey opened your eyes, stay with us. There are more secrets waiting hidden in the bond that makes a dog more than a pet. They are your family, your memory, your forever companion.